Picture this. You just paid $6 for one avocado. One. Meanwhile, your neighbor is out on her tiny apartment balcony, sipping homemade lemonade from lemons she grew herself in a pot. You probably think that sounds impossible. And honestly, that is exactly what most gardening experts want you to believe. Because the moment you realize you do not need land to grow your own fruit, the whole system loses its grip on you. Today, I am going to flip everything you thought you knew about fruit trees completely upside down. 10 fruit trees that do not just survive in containers. They absolutely thrive in them. Trees that produce more fruit than your family can eat, cost less than your monthly coffee habit to maintain, and here is the one that matters most. Number 7 on this list generates enough fruit to actually pay for your entire container garden setup in a single season. And the strategy 1 saving for the very end of this video? That is the difference between sad, struggling, half-dead trees and a full-blown fruit explosion that has your neighbors knocking on your door. So stay here because you do not want to miss number 7, and you especially do not want to miss that bonus tip at the end. Welcome to the Lazy Gardener, where we prove, week after week, that you do not need a farm, a massive backyard, or even a green thumb to eat like you grow your own food, because you absolutely can. Hey there, lazy gardeners. Whether you have been with us for a while or you just found the channel today, I am genuinely glad you are here. What we are diving into today completely changed the way I think about food independence and what is actually possible in a small space. You are about to discover the biggest lie in all of gardening, that you need land to grow fruit. The truth, and this might shock you, is that certain fruit trees perform better in containers than they ever would in the ground. They fruit earlier, they fruit more heavily, and they give you total control. Before we get into it, if you are tired of paying grocery store prices for fruit that was picked unripe 2 weeks ago and shipped across the country, hit that subscribe button right now. Every week on this channel I share methods that put real money back in your pocket and real food on your table. That is the Lazy Gardener promise. Alright, let us grow. And one more thing before we dive in. If you make it all the way to the end of this video, I have got a bonus secret waiting for you that most container gardeners never figure out on their own. It is the one thing that ties all 10 of these trees together and supercharges their production. So stick with me. Number 1. The pomegranate powerhouse. Most people hear pomegranate and immediately think that is a Mediterranean garden plant, I cannot grow that. And they move on. That right there is a costly mistake. Dwarf varieties like Nana or State Fair are container champions. These trees practically laugh at neglect. I say that as a proud lazy gardener. Their root system is naturally compact, so while other trees throw tantrums about being pot-bound, the pomegranate settles in like it has finally found its happy place. A 15 to 20-gallon container is the sweet spot. And here is a move this community loves. Those large food-grade buckets from local restaurants and bakeries, they give them away for free. Free containers for premium fruit. That is the kind of math we love around here. Once established, you are pulling 15 to 30 jewel-toned fruits per season. At $3 to $4 per pomegranate in stores, that is $50 to $75 in annual savings from one tree. The real magic, though? These trees are drought-tolerant. Forgot to water for 3 days? Completely fine. Perfect for real life, not that Instagram-perfect gardening fantasy. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever tried growing pomegranates before? Because I think a lot of people are completely sleeping on this one. And if you have tried and failed, I want to know that too, because I would bet my entire container garden the problem was not the tree. It was the pot size or the watering, not the plant. Number 2. The fig that broke all the rules. Figs have been keeping a secret from traditional gardeners for years. They actually prefer being slightly root-bound. Let me say that again. A fig in a container is not a limited figure. It is an unlocked fig. Varieties like Petite Negra or Chicago Hardy are engineered for heavy production in tight spaces. I have personally seen single container figs produce over 100 fruits in one season. 100 fruits. From one pot on a patio. That is not gardening. That is food production. Here is something else. Figs fruit on new growth. Even if a harsh winter kills the top growth entirely, the tree resurrects itself and still produces fruit that same year. A fruit tree with a built-in reset button. Want a trick that will make you look like a genius? During fruiting season, let your fig dry out slightly between waterings. It sounds wrong, but it stresses the plant just enough to concentrate the sugars. The result is figs so sweet they taste like nature invented candy specifically for you. Fresh figs at the market run $6 to $8 for a tiny clamshell of maybe 6 figs. Your container fig laughs at those prices while producing fruit that makes store-bought figs taste like disappointment wrapped in purple skin. And I will fully stand by that. Number 3. The blueberry game changer. Here is something controversial that might ruffle a few feathers. Most people who fail with blueberries are not bad gardeners. They are just growing in the wrong environment. And nobody talks about this. Blueberries demand acidic soil, a pH of 4.5 to 5.5. Most regular garden soil is nowhere near that. But in a container, you control everything. Mix in peat moss, use an azalea and rhododendron blend, and you are suddenly outperforming commercial blueberry operations.
Inapot.
On a patio, compact varieties like Top Hat or Peach Sorbet stay under 3 feet tall, deliver 3 to 5 pounds of berries per season, and look absolutely stunning with fall color. Organic blueberries run $5 to $7 per pound in stores. One plant pays for itself in year 1 and keeps producing for a decade. But here is the advantage nobody talks about. Mobility. Need more sun? Roll them over. Late frost threatening your blooms? Move them against the house. That flexibility is the entire secret. Write it down. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. We are just getting started, and the ones coming up are even better. And if you know someone who is always complaining about grocery prices but has never considered growing their own fruit, send this video to them right now. It might just change their entire perspective. Number 4. The Meyer lemon money tree. Everyone knows Meyer lemons grow in pots. That is not the secret. The secret is understanding what makes them such a powerful long-term investment. Meyer lemons are ever-bearing. Your tree becomes a living timeline where fragrant blossoms, developing green fruit, and fully ripe yellow lemons coexist on the same branches all at once. Every single day something new is happening on it. It is a perpetual harvest season. One mature Meyer lemon produces 50 to 100 lemons annually. At $1 to $1.50 per lemon in stores, that is up to $150 in annual returns from one tree. One pot. Every year. This is not just gardening. This is investing with guaranteed citrus dividends. And here is a truth bomb. Skip the expensive specialized citrus fertilizers. A quality balanced organic fertilizer works beautifully. Fish emulsion every 2 weeks during growing season costs about $15 annually. My trees are absolutely loaded. Stop overpaying for fancy citrus-specific products. That is the lazy gardener way. Number 5. Dwarf peaches that defy expectations. Peaches in pots sounds like a fantasy. But varieties like Bonanza or El Dorado are rewriting the rules entirely. They max out at 5 to 6 feet tall, self-pollinate, and produce full-sized peaches that shame anything from a supermarket. Container peaches give you total control. You protect them from late frosts that would destroy in-ground trees. You manage their microclimate. And when birds come looking for your fruit, netting a 5-foot container tree takes 30 seconds. Now go try that with a 15-foot tree in your yard. One dwarf peach gives you 20 to 40 full-sized peaches per season. Organic peaches at the store are $3 to $4 per pound. But more importantly, you are eating tree-ripened fruit. Commercial peaches are picked hard and unripe to survive shipping. By the time that peach reaches you, it ripened in a truck. Not on a tree. The flavor difference is not subtle. It is night and day.
Pro tip.
When you see baby peaches forming, remove half of them. Feels wrong. But the remaining peaches grow larger and sweeter, and your tree stays productive for years. Sometimes less is genuinely more. Number 6. Cherries without the chaos. Dwarf cherries, specifically Romeo or Juliet, solve the biggest problem cherry growers face. Birds that treat your tree like a personal all-you-can-eat buffet. And I will say something here that some of you will disagree with. I actually prefer pie cherries for fresh eating over sweet cherries. The sweet-tart balance is what a real cherry is supposed to taste like. Not the oversweetened candy versions bred purely for mass-market appeal. Fight me on that in the comments below. Seriously, I want to hear which side of that debate you are on. Sweet cherry or pie cherry? Let us settle this once and for all. When your cherry tree is on your patio, you drape bird netting over it in 5 minutes. Done. Try protecting a 20-foot tree from a bird invasion. That is a battle you will never win. Container cherries produce 10 to 15 pounds of fruit per season. That is enough for eating fresh, baking, making preserves, and freezing for winter. Store-bought cherries peak at $8 to $10 a pound. Your tree generates over $100 in value every single year. And the bonus nobody mentions. These trees bloom early with clouds of pink and white flowers that look like they belong in a Japanese garden. Before you harvest a single cherry, your tree has already delivered beauty that makes total strangers stop and stare. Number 7. The apple that defies physics. This is the one I promised you at the start. Pay close attention here. Columnar apples are horticultural wizardry. They grow perfectly straight up with minimal side branching, reaching 8 to 10 feet tall but only 2 feet wide. 2 feet wide. Varieties like North Pole or Golden Sentinel produce full-sized, crisp, genuinely delicious apples on a tree with a footprint smaller than most garden shrubs. You could fit 3 or 4 of these on a modest balcony and be harvesting fresh apples from late summer right through fall. This is not a trick. This is just what these trees do. And the fact that most people have never even heard of columnar apples is honestly one of the great gardening injustices of our time. The nursery industry has been pushing the same standard varieties for decades when these space-saving marvels have existed all along. Each tree yields 15 to 25 real apples per season. Not tiny novelty fruit. Real apples. And here is where it gets really interesting. Apples store beautifully. Harvest in September and October, store properly in a cool spot, and you are eating your own fresh apples through December or January. Organic apples at $3 to $4 per pound, and the sustained value from one compact tree adds up to something remarkable. Drop a comment right now and tell me, are you going to try columnar apples? Because this one genuinely changed how I think about balcony gardening entirely. Number 8. The strawberry system. Technically not a tree. I know, but this might be the most productive container fruit situation you can possibly create, and it absolutely earns its place here. Ever-bearing strawberries produce fruit within months of planting. Months, not years. One properly set up container with 6 to 8 plants delivers fresh berries almost every day during peak season. Pounds of fruit from something that fits on your front step. And here is the honest truth. Once you have eaten a strawberry straight off the plant, still warm from the sun, store-bought strawberries become essentially inedible. It is not even the same fruit. It is a completely different experience. And the genius of this system is how it sustains itself. As old plants age out, replace them with runners from your best producers. A self-perpetuating system that costs almost nothing after year 1. Stack containers vertically, use hanging baskets, build strawberry towers. The space efficiency here is genuinely unmatched by any other fruit on this list. And the kids love it too. There is something about picking strawberries directly off a plant that turns even the most fruit-resistant child into an enthusiastic eater. Number 9. The avocado that actually fruits. I know what you are thinking. This is where the lazy gardener has finally lost it. But hear me out. Dwarf avocado varieties like Wurtz or Little Cato will absolutely fruit in containers. And when they do, you are harvesting avocados worth $2 to $3 each at minimum. One tree produces 20 to 30 avocados per year once mature. Yes, they need patience. 3 to 4 years before significant fruiting. But here is the real question. You are either planting a tree right now, or you are buying avocados forever. Which timeline sounds better over the next decade? The secrets are simple. Impeccable drainage and patient consistency. These dwarf varieties are self-pollinating, so you only need one tree. Give it the right conditions and trust the process. Here is the kicker. Once your tree starts producing, you are getting organic, perfectly ripe avocados at zero ongoing cost for 20+ years. Thousands of dollars worth of avocados over the life of one tree. Thousands. From one pot on your patio. And if a cold snap hits, you bring it inside. That flexibility means people in zones that technically cannot grow avocados are successfully growing them anyway. The lazy gardener does not accept limitations. We find workarounds. Number 10. The banana breakthrough. Dwarf banana plants are the ultimate container fruit champion. And this earns the top production spot on this list for good reason. Varieties like Dwarf Cavendish or Super Dwarf produce full-size bananas in pots faster than almost anything else here. fruit within 18 months to 2 years, and then continuous production. One bunch can weigh 20 to 40 pounds. What makes bananas truly special is the multiplication system. When the main plant fruits, it dies back. But then it sends up new shoots called pups. You pot those up and suddenly you have more banana plants than you know what to do with. Give them away, expand your own production, or sell them. Banana plants are always in demand. The system keeps building itself. And cutting a bunch of bananas you grew yourself? It is one of the most genuinely satisfying moments in gardening. It makes you feel like an absolute legend. And you should, because you basically are. The bonus secret I promised you. This is the thing I told you to stay for. And I hope you did, because this one simple trick has produced more container fruit success in the lazy gardener community than almost anything else I have ever shared. It is mulch. 2 to 3 inches of wood chips or straw on top of the soil in your containers. I know you were expecting something complicated. Here is what this simple action actually does. First, it regulates soil temperature, keeping roots cooler in summer and warmer at night. Second, it retains moisture so dramatically that you water less and your trees stress less. Third, it slowly breaks down and feeds your trees a continuous supply of organic matter. For free. I started doing this 3 years ago and my container trees exploded in productivity. It is almost embarrassingly simple. The difference is profound. Bonus tip inside the bonus tip. Contact your local tree service company and ask for wood chips. Most will give them to you completely free because they pay to dispose of them. You are solving their problem while upgrading your entire garden for $0. That is the lazy gardener way. And there it is, lazy gardeners. 10 fruit trees that thrive in containers, save you real money, and deliver fruit miles beyond anything you will buy at a store. Whether you have a tiny balcony, a small patio, a fire escape, or just a sunny corner, you can grow your own fruit. Promise. Now drop a comment and tell me which tree you are starting with first. I read every single comment on this channel, and I genuinely want to know which one got you most excited. And if you think I got the ranking wrong, say so. The controversial ones are always my favorites. If this video gave you something useful today, please hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who are trying to do exactly what you are doing. Growing real food in real life without needing a farm. I will see you in the next video, where we go deep on the soil secrets that make container growing actually work long-term. Hint: most people are getting one critical ingredient completely wrong, and it is costing them months of productive harvests. Trust me, you do not want to miss that one. Stay lazy, stay growing, and I will see you there.